So to have you here and then just to kind of chop it up, and I know you guys, the history you guys have, I mean, let's jump right into it.
Yeah, fuck. I've been wanting to get Ronnie on the podcast since day one, but his ass lives in Kansas now, so it's hard to get him out here. And, you know, we can only get him when we can.
I just can't. I could never imagine a guy like you being like, yeah, I'm moving to Kansas.
Me neither. When he said I was moving to Kansas, I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
Huh. I thought the same thing, though.
Why did you move to Kansas?
Pretty much wife wanted to go back. When we got married, she came out here for a year, and she was living in Kansas City. So after a year at SoCal, she was like, I want to go back to Kansas City. And I was kind of like, really?
You were like at the end of your career,
I was
too, where
much,
you're like, I already did my career. Like, let's
yeah,
go
I was
back
pretty
there.
much
Like,
at the end.
I remember you were cool with it.
Contract was about the end. I knew I wasn't getting re-signed. And so I said, well, let's go check it out. And then we found like a nice, you know, suburb. So I said, this cool. Looks like Orange County kind of. Like I can probably live here.
How did you guys originally meet? Was it through militia? Or did you know each
Yeah,
other
it was
before
through
militia?
it was through events. It was I remember riding my first or second event, and I remember already seeing like his video parts and shit. And Ronnie was fucked up back in the day. So it was like I always looked up to like him and Deegan and Metzger because those were the dudes that were like always out at the club afterwards having fun, or always seeing their video parts of them just screwing off and like being degenerates. And I was just a younger version of that. So I feel like we all clicked on with each other pretty quick. Like it was from like day one we were like homies, you know, so it was cool as hell.
How, just for the fans at home who don't know, how did you originally get into freestyle motocross?
Same thing. I was from New Jersey, so I was back there, you know, racing as a privateer, and then I started seeing the first Krusty film come out, and I seen like Metzger and Deegan. Same thing. Saw Metzger and Deegan. They stood out to me, and I was like, damn, dude, I want to go out to Cali. And while I was racing the Nationals, Deegan was racing the Nationals, and I would just see him in the pit. So I kind of wanted to be his buddy because I was like, man, he's kind of looks cool in the video. So so I'd be like, what up, dude? And he kind of would just, you know, Deegan give me a little head nod. And then we started talking, and then I invited him to my house. And we filmed. So in between
Bud's Creek, Triple X part?
Yeah, in between Bud's Creek National and the Southwick National, we filmed all my local spots in Jersey, and it was in Moto Triple X.
The sand pits or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
and I was so hyped I was going to be in a video part. And then Deegan was from Nebraska, and he was like, "Hey, I just bought a house in Cali." He's like, "You want to move out there?" And I was like, hell yeah, dude. So I packed my van right the day after the National Southwick. I went home, packed my van, and dipped. And
did you tell Pops or anyone?
Nobody.
You literally just packed your shit up and left.
Just took off.
Moved to California.
Yeah, I had like $200 in my pocket. And
nothing guaranteed when you got out here. Nothing.
Respect. Talk about betting on yourself.
Look at the life and like career you lived from just taking that chance and doing it. Like so many people are so scared to do stuff like that, but it's like you're not going to make it anywhere if you don't take chances.
No,
100%.
I know. I was nervous the whole drive out, but I always figure worst case, I always can go home, right? I was like, whatever. I'll just go out there and see what happens. And freestyle didn't even exist at that point. I was still, you know, racing. I had numbers on my bike when I got to Cali. And then just, you know, I moved in with Deegan, and Deegan had connects already. And he introduced me to Dana Nicholson and John Freeman. So then I started filming for them.
So you started filming with them right away.
Yeah. So Deegan, I kind of already knew some connects, and then it just kind of, you know, right place, right time, I feel like, for me. And
Love
just
that.
start filming and start getting more video parts, and then picked up more sponsors. And then Warped Tour was like the breaking point. Because I used to work for Metzger's dad. So when I got to Cali.
What, digging pools with Ted?
I used to do construction.
No way.
Yeah.
With Metzger's dad.
So Big Ted.
No way.
He was my boss. I was digging cement.
Cool.
When I moved to Cali, I had to pay Deegan rent. So I had to make some money somehow. So I used to go work for Metzger's dad. And then I didn't really make any money until I went on Warped Tour. The first time
From sponsors and shit.
What year was Warped Tour?
1998.
98.
98 was the first. Is that the year? That was the first year?
First year Warped Tour. First time freestyle motocross went around America.
Yep.
It was with that sketchy little ramp with the 4-foot deck on. It was made out of wood.
Yeah, Hart broke through it. The
first jump.
No way.
Test the
Broke
ramp.
through
Hart
it?
went through the landing ramp. Landed, blew right through it. Cartwheeled onto the pavement.
No way.
Me and Linkover were sitting there like,
damn,
dude, I don't want to jump that jump. We were tripping, dude.
I mean, you guys are like pioneering the game at that point, though. No one was
I
doing
never even
things
jumped
like
the
that.
ramp,
No,
dude. I was all dirt.
No one
and I
was
showed
in
up.
it.
It was a metal ramp and a wood landing.
Were you tripping on
Oh,
asphalt?
On asphalt.
Yeah.
And I think to that, like, there was no game at that time.
On
Like, it
asphalt?
was.
Yeah.
Whose smart idea was that?
It's
I mean, you had it. There was no other way to do the show.
Yeah, it was a punk rock tour. Like the bands would play, and they wanted the moto right next to the bands off to the side. Like,
Yeah. Sometimes we were on grass, but most of the time asphalt. Depended on the venue.
Damn.